Within hours of a new book by investigative author Tom Bower appearing on bookshelves across Britain, a media storm erupted around Prince Harry and Meghan Markle. And this time, the reaction from the Sussex camp was anything but subtle. In a strongly worded statement, their representatives launched a direct attack on the author, describing him as a deranged conspiracy theorist and accusing the book of spreading false and damaging claims. But for many royal observers, the most striking detail was not the denial itself. It was the intensity of the response. Because within the British royal tradition, one rule has guided the monarchy for generations: never complain, never explain. And when that rule is broken, it often suggests something far more serious is happening behind palace walls. One of Britain's most controversial authors, Tom Bower, is no stranger to controversy. For decades, he has built a reputation as one of Britain's most relentless investigative biographers, producing books that delve deeply into the lives of powerful public figures. His work is often based on extensive interviews and behind-the-scenes sources. And because of that, whenever Bower publishes a new book, the British media usually braces itself for a major public debate. This time, the centre of that debate is the Duke and Duchess of Sussex. The book paints a far more complicated picture than the fairy tale narrative many people once associated with the couple. It is no longer simply a story about a prince who fell in love with a Hollywood actress. Instead, it is a story about influence, ambition, media strategy, and decisions that reshape the future of a royal family member. The transformation of Prince Harry. One of the most talked about sections of the book concerns the transformation of Prince Harry himself. According to several sources quoted in the book, people who once knew Harry well say they barely recognize the man he has become. In earlier years, Harry was widely seen as one of the most relatable members of the royal family. A rebellious prince at times, certainly, but also someone the public admired for his openness and warmth. However, after his marriage to Meghan Markle, some insiders claim things began to change. The book suggests Meghan encouraged Harry to step outside the rigid system of palace control. From media management, to the way personal narratives were presented to the public. Some friends of Queen Camilla have even been quoted recalling a remark that Meghan had brainwashed Harry. It is a deeply controversial claim, but it reflects the level of concern some figures within royal circles reportedly felt at the time. Signs of strain behind the spotlight. Perhaps the most intriguing part of the book involves suggestions of tension within the Sussex marriage itself. According to sources in the American entertainment industry, Meghan Markle is said to be increasingly focused on building her own commercial ventures. Brand partnerships, media projects, and content production are reportedly becoming her primary focus. Meanwhile, Prince Harry is believed by some observers to still be searching for a clear role in his post-royal life in the United States. Some industry insiders even suggest Meghan has begun appearing more frequently at events on her own. And in certain situations, the couple are said to appear together mainly when it benefits their public profile. If true, it may indicate a shift in the Sussex brand strategy. No longer presenting themselves primarily as a united front against the royal establishment, but rather as two distinct public brands navigating the highly competitive world of global entertainment. Controversial PR strategies. Another section of the book focuses on the couple's charitable appearances. Over the past several years, Harry and Meghan have visited numerous communities affected by tragedy. From natural disasters to grieving towns following devastating events. Supporters argue that their presence brings global attention to important causes and helps generate support for those affected. However, critics say that at times these visits can appear carefully timed for maximum media impact. The book suggests that certain trips may have been arranged during periods when the couple's public image was facing difficulties. If accurate, this would represent one of the most controversial accusations made against the Sussex brand. Yet supporters maintain that high-profile figures inevitably attract media attention, and that attention can be used to highlight important issues. Financial pressure behind the headlines. After stepping back from royal duties, Harry and Meghan signed a number of high-value deals with major media and entertainment companies. These agreements were widely seen as the foundation of their new independent life. But according to several industry sources, not every project has unfolded as originally planned. Some developments have reportedly been delayed or restructured. As a result, analysts have begun to question whether a business model built largely around royal fame can remain sustainable in the long term. The book also references reports that Meghan has explored opportunities to appear at international speaking engagements with substantial attendance fees. Critics interpret this as evidence of financial pressure. Supporters argue it is simply how the modern celebrity economy operates. Tensions with the royal family. Meanwhile, relations between Harry and the royal family remain strained, particularly with his older brother, Prince William. Several royal commentators believe William reacted strongly to some of Harry's previous media projects and interviews. Some experts have even speculated that when William eventually becomes king, he could reconsider the royal status of the Sussex titles. For now, that remains purely speculation, but it highlights how deeply the rift between the brothers appears to have grown. Recently, William also shared a previously unseen photograph of Diana, Princess of Wales. For many royal watchers, it was more than just a touching tribute. It was interpreted as a quiet reminder that Diana's legacy remains closely connected to the royal family. A global battle of image. Today, the story of Harry and Meghan is no longer just a royal drama. It has evolved into a global battle over image and narrative, between Hollywood and Buckingham Palace, between American media culture and the traditions of the British monarchy, and between two brothers who ultimately chose very different paths. The question now, the biggest question facing the Sussex story today, is a simple one. Can the Sussex brand continue to grow in the United States? Or will the constant controversies gradually erode the reputation they have spent years trying to build? Because in the world of royalty, reputation is an incredibly fragile thing. It can take decades to build. Yet sometimes, all it takes is one book to reignite old conflicts. And this time, the storm may only just be beginning.